Hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. How are you all doing tonight? It's what date is Sunday, May 18th, and I'm coming live to you from New York City. My name is Candy Rodo, and I come to you live mostly all Sundays, um, with some fun tutorials, something to work on and to inspire you, hopefully. And today, on that note, today I want to play with one of my favorite new products. We have a new catalog that came live a couple of weeks ago. And one of the new things in the catalog is this beautiful washi tape. Look how this is not your regular washi tape. This is like white washi tape. And it coordinates with these dyes. It's called Extraordinary Flora. I was just looking for, but I remember the name, but I want to show you with the package, but I guess, here it is. Here, I just put my magnetic stuff in it. And yes, it's Extraordinary Flora. So we're going to play with that. And this time I'm actually going to not fussy cut, sorry, die cut uh, on camera or as close as on camera as I can in this little setup that I have here. But anyway, uh, pair with that, I thought we should do some fun folds. As you'll see here, three different ones. One is not really technically a fun fold, which is this one. This is not, my sample card was not using the washi tape, but the one that we're going to make is using the washi tape. This is a fun kind of like faux pop-up. Well, not faux, it kind of pops up. I'm participating in a Christmas make challenge monthly, and this is my May sample. Sorry for the Christmas challenge. The point of that challenge is to create Christmas cards, 10, 5 every month, or whatever number you decide. You choose one design and make 5 the same. So by the time that Christmas comes, you already have a bunch of cards ready, so you don't stress so much in Christmas. And since I always stress so much in Christmas making Christmas cards, I thought this was my favorite, my perfect challenge. It's by created the auto way. It's a demonstrator in England, and she has very fun ideas like this pop-up thingy. I thought it was very, very pretty and much easier than you think. So we'll do this with the washi tape. Hi, Teresa. How are you? And then I have this little fence one. I've been wanting to do one of these fence cards. I don't know how they're actually technically called, but because of all the flowers, I thought this was a perfect project to try it. And then I have a 10 fold card that has like a hanging piece in the middle. And that also is what I followed one of the tutorials from Created the Auto Way, which I think, and I'll explain why my sample card doesn't close as perfectly as it should. But anyway, it just goes for like this when you want to mail it, but then it stands up very beautifully. Yes, the washi is beautiful, isn't it, Teresa? When I saw it on stage, which they preview some elements, that's the one I knew I had to get immediately. Anyway, and the other thing I wanted to say is that there's been the decision that cloud cover inkpad is not going to be available. Hi, Susan from Florida. How are you? But there's ways to do it. Like, look, I'm using it here. And how did I do it if the inkpad is not available? Well, let's start with that because that's an easy explanation. There's a couple of ways that you can do that. One is because everything else with cloud cover is available, like the ribbon is available, the cardstock is available, the ink refill is available. What happened is that there was some chemical reaction between the foam of the big ink pad, this size, and this particular ink color, and it was not holding steady. So there were too many variations, and Stampin' Up was not happy with it. So what you can do is actually use one of these blank spots, ink spots. These are uninked stamp spots. And then you just go get your ink refiller and just put some ink in there. I mean, I'm not going to put too much because I already inked mine. And then, yes, it's a small size, but you can still use it. And let me show you a sample, right? Since I did that. So I'm just going to ink it like this. And let me get a scrap, piece of scrap there. And I hope well, it's just a sample. There you go. So that's one way. The other way is to use the Stampin' Right marker. This is available in the ink colors, all of them. So what you can do is get the cloud cover. The brush works better for this. And then just ink. And it's better with images that are more solid than messages, but you know, you can make it work too. All right. And these are our watercolor based. You don't want to do this with the blends because then you wouldn't be able to take it from your stamp. Hi, Deborah. Hello, hello. So let's see if I did it properly. Yeah, you have to make sure that you ink equally all the letters, which I probably didn't. But anyway, this is a couple of ways in which you can use cloud cover for stamping. I recommend this one better. I think this is easier. But anyway, up to everybody, right? That's what there's variation. So let's start with today's cards. And we're going to start with that. The one that my sample is a Christmas challenge and not, sorry. The allergies, man. I feel the pollen in my throat. We're going to start with this one. So let me grab the materials. So we're going to start with, I'm going to do this in pretty pink. So this is going to be my color base, regular 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4 1/4. And instead of embossing it, this one, I decided to use the new metallic, I can't remember what the paper is called. It's metallic. It comes in cloud cover, pretty in pink, and strawberry slash. And there's a couple of variations on which it's already embossed. It's metallic and embossed. So can it be any shinier? So I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And we're going to put it right on with my, what people call green glue, my Tombow liquid glue. I think this is a great use for this metallic embossed paper. It's a pity it only comes with these few colors. I wish it came in all the new ink colors. But pretty pink is nice too. And we can use it like now. All right. So I'm just centering this because I only have a 1/16 of an inch all around it. You know, I want to make sure that is what I want. So the next thing we're going to do is create this little pop-up, right? For this, you need a piece of DSP. much better if it's one that the both sides coordinate. Sometimes we have sides that like they're two different clashy colors, but mostly they coordinate very nicely. And we're gonna do some folds with it. Some. So this is, as I said, it's not exactly a fold, like a fan fold, but it's because there's folding involved. I consider it kind of like a, I don't know, what would you call it? Pop-up card. Anyway, so this is a piece of DSP that is 4x4, right? And we're gonna score, like we're gonna do some markings here. We're gonna mark it at, let me see if I remember that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, that's, these are the wrong measurements. I was looking at the measurements for the 10 thing, but I think it's like, I think it's 1.25. And then you have to see where the blade goes here. Because here with the light, for me, it's hard to see. Is it this one or is this? Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, fine. Where is my, yeah, here. Okay, so that's where my blade goes. So that's 1.25. And then we're gonna do 2. Believe me, it's so bright that I see the shadows in the creases so strong that I don't know which one is the blade, where the blade goes and which one is it is. And then 2.75. And so I'm putting my nail there to make sure that that's where it goes. All right, and we're gonna do that on all sides. So now we turn it around. And as I said this, I learned also this from Claire Ottaway from Creative the Ottaway, who is the leader of this Christmas challenge that I'm participating on. By the way, I told you that I needed to get the cars done and everything, but out of all the months, and today is the 5th month, well, May is the 5th month, I've only done 1 month, so I still have to catch up. But it's a non-judgmental group, so nobody cares that I'm late, and I'll just catch up at my own pace. And no matter what happens, comes Christmas, I'll have a bunch of cars. I don't mind that. I decided that I was gonna do 5 every month because I wanna, not have all of them done. I wanna see what else comes new with the Christmas mini catalog, and maybe create something with that. So I don't wanna be done so quickly. And usually last year I made 110, I think. So far I have 9. That's better than last year. And Christmas in July, it hasn't happened yet. In Christmas in July, I get a good handle on things. Anyway, so if Candy didn't mess up, I have here marked like 3 little marks on each one, right? So now we're gonna be scoring by putting this, and like the first, like always the ones that are closer, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like, don't do this. Just, and one way that I found actually that it's easier, let me see if I can get it in camera, is if you put the square, the point of the square, like as a rhombus here, diagonally, and then just move it down. That will help to get your things straight. So we're gonna score that, and then we're gonna move it to the next mark. And I'm putting the points right on the line here of my, it needs a little bit up there. All right. So I'm done one side. We're only gonna do 2 folds on one side. So same thing on this side. And same thing on every side. So this is what takes the longest time, and it's not such a big deal, as you'll see. And a little further up. My points are well. Okay. This trick of putting it right in the middle here in the middle ruler that we have here in our trimmers, if you're using the Stampin' Up! Trimmers, is actually a very good double check that you didn't mess up putting the dot in another place. Because if it's out of place, you'll see like, oh, like if your points of the square don't line up, when you put the marks on the blade guide, that means that there's something wrong. You may want to rethink it. Believe me, it happened to me. All right. Everybody seems to be very quiet today. And the last side. Everything's in order. Sort of. All right. And the second one. All right. And if you'll see that these lines that are already scored, they line up here. So that's perfect. So let's do double check. I mean, it helps that this is a very square paper. My first one was all over the place because it was not, sorry, it was not, lined up or anything. It was very ornamental. I'm going to take these little marks off with my kneaded eraser there. Just taking a little bit of this out. Probably they're not going to be visible, but you never know. I'd rather take it out now than later. All right. All right. And now we're going to fold. And then you have to decide which side do you want to be the outside side and which side you want to be the inside. I mean, because the paper is so pretty, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to do this one as my inside. So you go one, like you fold one out, one down, the largest one that creates a little square there, and then the tip up to have that. Isn't it cute? Cute, right? Anyway, so with this, see, I didn't score this properly. You see what happened there? I don't know if my sign was not it. Like, well, I can fuss it up a little bit. So there's not that much room there was like a little bit too big of a gap there. So if you just pull it in as a little bit and just then score it like that, it helps a little bit. Not super, but it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be effective because this is gonna be, nobody's gonna have it like totally closed anyway. So that's good enough for me. So that's how this is gonna go. I wanted to put it on the diagonal, but we're gonna put it with even more bling because I have here glitter paper in pretty pink, and then we're gonna do it like this, and we're gonna see just a smidge of the glitter coming out. All right, so this is 3 by 3, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm not mistaken. Look at me. Well, it's very hard, Deborah, to get it perfect. First off, because it's a handmade card. And the second off is because sometimes when you're using the scoring, it depends if you put your paper right on the line, like a little before the line, a little after the line. So that those variations make an impact. If you're very frugal and you want to save some paper because you're only going to see the middle of it, you could actually punch this circle out from here and circle or whatever you want. I'm going to use a circle so you can actually punch it. I already had one, but I'm thinking now that I can actually do that because we're not going to see this middle. So now we have another element. I don't have to cut anything else. So then we're going to put glue here. Yeah, if you do that to save space, just make sure that whatever you're cutting from, it's not going to be seen, like that you have enough room on the sides. But this is going to be just a little bit. Yeah. So see, it's perfect. Just a little bit of glitter. Once you put the glitter down, it's hard to slide it like when you put cardstock, and I want it a little bit further there, but it's oh, there we go. Now it moves. Okay, perfect. All right. So now we have it like that, and we can either put it in place, or we can decorate it first and put it in place later. I think I'm going to put it in place now. Just, so it dries while I'm working on my decoration piece. And that's all there is to it, this little fun fall. Isn't it cute? I thought it was so adorable. All right. I want it up because here we're going to put our sentiment. So you can put it center. People actually put it like square in the middle. I like the diamond shape. But that's up to you. So now we're going to decorate it using these pieces. These are the washi tape. I put it in a piece of cardstock, put the washi tape, and then I'm going to do that live. But I don't need it to do it for this card because I already have enough. So if I can help not using the big cut and emboss machine here in my table that's kind of rackety and it's going to move everything, I'd rather do that. But anyway, I think I will see. I may have to use it. But anyway, this is how it goes. And then you just cut all the pieces all at once. It's really cool. And the other thing is that, where's my washi tape here? I'm going to open it. So it coordinates like the designs. This is like all the designs, right? And then they repeat. But they repeat in lilacs and pinks, and then in kind of like corals and reds. So you have two color families in one washi tape. I love it. And the fact that you get all these pieces from one cut, it's just fantastic. So I'm going to actually put here the pieces that are like the cool pieces, the purples and pinks and cool greens. Cool meaning more towards blue than towards yellow. So, and then we can choose. There's like, then there's these ones. I don't know if they belong to the yellow or the other one, but, and I want to make this a graduation card. So I put like, this is a little tiny square. I put a glue dot and I just put the little tassel. So that's going to be my graduation cap. And I also have my diploma. I just got a piece of paper that I rolled it up and I tied it up with the same gold thread. And we're going to put that and then flowers, and that will be a graduation card. All right, so let's see. I think I have enough, but I want to show you all the little pieces. I may have cut 2 of them, so I'm not over promising here, but the fact that it's like 2-3 cuts and then you get like all these pieces, and the ones that I've already used for the other sample cards, it's pretty amazing. I love them. This is more blue. Okay, so these are my purples here. These probably not. I'm gonna check on because I think these are the same color in both iterations, the purples and the reds. All right, so I think that's it. See, like this is the same, but this is more with the purples, and this is more with the, like, see how the green is a little have more yellow, this green, than this one. Like, and let me show you other variations so you can see what I mean. Sorry, there we go. I was up there. Okay, so let's see what I want to use for this one. So I want to pop that up. So maybe what I'll do is put, this is too long. This is perfect because it's round, and I can go outside like this, maybe. And then where will we put this? Yeah, that's gonna be popped up. I think that's good. And I think I want like another flower there or something. Maybe this one. How about this one? And maybe a few of these. Or cap and gown here. Cap and gown, cap and diploma. Yeah, something like that. Let's try that out. If not, maybe the little one was better. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the big one. Okay. You cannot hear it. This is cardstock now, so you cannot hear whatever you want. So I'm just gonna put it right here so I don't mess up. And right here. And now I'm gonna pop that up. Probably like that with dimensionals. And look, I'm starting a new one soon, but I think I can still use this. Does a tassel have to go on the left always, or it can go on the right? I hope it can go on the right because I just put it on the right. And for this, I'm just gonna put a glue dot. Glue dots. Where are my glue dots at? Right here. And I just touched it. Yeah. You know how I like to use my piercing tool to grab the glue dots. And just put it here. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that my ribbon is center, my thread. There. All right, I'm gonna decorate it with a flower there, but maybe I'll put it on a little dimensional. And I haven't checked that it fits, but I think it will. We can put something else. We'll see how it looks. And if we wanna decorate a little bit more or piece here. Actually, I can, what side do I wanna put it? Like this. I think that like this. I don't think I'm gonna put anything else because it's already pretty full. So this gets popped up in dimensionals as well, or tiny pieces of dimensionals, so I can finish this sheet. There we go. So there. Open it up, center it where we want it. And then press it down. And here's like a little pop-up. All right, so now we have to put, do I want another flower? That's what I'm thinking of. Maybe another flower here? Nah, it's too busy otherwise. What do you guys think? Oh, how many hearts? I like that. I think it's a very cute graduation card. And then I have, see, I had my thing ready from another thing and I didn't think of taking it from there, but anyway. Then I have this card that this label that comes from the textured note dies. That's my other favorite set of dies. Where are they? I have them right here because I was thinking I may have to use them. And they have, oh, here. They're textured note dies. So this one is this one. And let's see if I can find a congratulations that fits in here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to cut something else. All right. So congratulations. I have this one for everyday greetings. Hopefully it will fit. And this is anniversary. That's not congratulations. 1 second. Trying to get so much. Where's that congratulations? This is too long. This is not going to fit. But I just see that I have this and it may fit in this one. That's the one, the narrow one from here as well. Same. And it has the same stitching. Okay. So I think this will fit perfectly well. So let's do that one. We need the skinny block. That's block. Where's the letter? H. I don't know what I did with my blocks. I got like all fussy. Only this one. The other ones were fine. All right. And then I wanted a pink. I don't have the... No, I can do the blue because he has the blue here. Maybe I'll do that. Because I don't think I have my pretty pink here. No, and it may be a little bit too light anyway. I could do actually the petunia pop. I'm gonna do the petunia pop because it goes with the flowers, right? So let's see how we're doing with this. Thank you, Deborah. I'm so happy that you like it. I think I might messed up. No, it's fine. All right. I'm gonna just center it. Congratulations. Perfect. All right. And then we're gonna put this here. And then we can put the flower that I was gonna put down there, like here. Perfect. Yay, I like it. All right, popped up in pieces of dimensional, so I can throw this away. You don't know how happy I am because I don't like to have this. I'm so happy when I finish a sheet. Then I can use the brand new one. That gives me so much pleasure. And it lasts for like 2 seconds until you're almost done with them again, right? How many dimensionals do you use in your projects? All right. So I'm going to put 2. I'm going to do this one. I'm guessing now, I'm just thinking about it as I'm doing this, that you could probably put the adhesive sheet. Would it work? No, because then when you take it off, no, never mind. Anyway, I was thinking. There. Maybe one more on the other side. Kind of. Or I can put some cute thing. No, that I don't like these. These are too, these kind of go. But I think it's fine with just the flowers. What do you guys think? Okay, let me know what you. I can always add the bling, more bling afterward. But it has already the glitter, it has the metallic paper, and it has all the washi flowers. So I think that's enough. So that's card number one. See, it was kind of like this one, but totally different, right? I like this a lot, and it uses DSP, which we all have plenty of, I'm sure, and it's very showy without being very complicated. So that's project number one. Okay, so I only have three today, as you know, but because I wanted to show you about the cloud cover possibilities for ink. Okay, let's do card number two. And card number two is gonna be, which one is gonna be? Uh, let's do the 10th card, which is this one, I think. And I'm gonna put this away again until later, until a little bit now. Well, actually, I'm gonna push them to the side. All right, so I think this is for the 10th card, right? No, this is for the fence. Uh-huh. Never mind, never mind. This is for the 10th card. And I follow the Created the Auto Way tutorial, but I changed the measurements a little bit because she has a carbine, like she gives it in inches, but it's more for, I don't know, bigger size car. So I'm using for this one a car base regular that opens like this vertically. I'm using thick cardstock. And then I have two pieces of the in color 2025-2027 in color 6x6 designer series paper in cloud cover. My original card was in strawberry slush, but I wanted to do this one in cloud cover to show you about the ink, right? Anyway, so first thing we're gonna put is this DSP. I cut it to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm gonna put this like this. Actually, the other way around. Thank you, Teresa. And I've seen other people that have done this, like it looks like a bell because it kind of like hangs in the middle, the piece here. I made a mistake of making this window way too big by using another die that was just like, oh, I can do the scallop die. And I used the large one instead of, that's from Stitch So Sweetly. So now, I mean, it works, but when you close it, you have to put this in front of the fold here because you see how it has this double mountain peak thingy. You have to make sure that whatever you cut, you can use any shape you want here, but whatever you do, this bottom has to cover this fold, and this fold is like 3/4 or an inch. Let me see. It's, I think, I mean, I'll tell you in a second. I think it's 3/4. So whatever you put there, it has to be, it's almost an inch. It's like 7/8. 7/8. But anyway, see, you can see it from here if you don't put this on the right place. But it's okay. I'm still we're gonna make this one work, but this one we're gonna use something smaller. Okay, I'm me talking and my glue was drying on my paper. Oh well, chatty Cathy here. Ooh, 6 people on. That means that we're gonna have to have a raffle. All right. So that's the first thing, and then we can do the same on the inside. No, we have to do that afterwards. Never mind, never mind. Okay, we're gonna die cut here something that's smaller. So I've decided that my original. I've decided to use again the texture notes. Everybody should have these because they're the most useful dies ever. So this is too big, and maybe this is very too skinny. I don't know, but still, it would be cute, right? Let's do this one. Hopefully this will be more than whatever I said it had to be. 7/8. That's what I said. Let's see, before I cut it. Yes, so because this is, oh no. This is 1 inch. Should I put it farther up? That's probably because her card was taller, as I told you. So I'm gonna put it farther up like that. So it's not gonna be super center, but it's okay. Either that or I'm cutting a smaller one, but no, I don't want to cut a smaller one. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna make room because I'm gonna have to put my cut and emboss machine right here in my little TV tray on. I don't know what you're gonna see, but we're gonna have to deal with it, okay? I probably cannot have it on camera, but so we're gonna open the car, put it where we want it, just a little bit farther up, center, hopefully, because I can see here, because I'm sideways. I guess you could measure it, but nah. Why measure it when you can wing it? And I need my top layer. See, I have to move the camera away. Sorry. I'll bring you back. Make sure it didn't move. There we go. You're back. And I'm just gonna, okay, why is this not working? It's so hard to use it in the little thing, honestly. Oh, because I didn't open the other flap. Ha ha ha. What is this not opening properly? Okay. There we go. All right. Hopefully nothing moved. I'm just going on. And I'm just gonna stop there. I'm gonna go back. Just because I don't want any markings here. And I would get some markings. Also because I'm cutting cardstock and DSP at the same time. So let's see how we did. Okay. Oh, it's a little crooked, but damn it, it's very crooked. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I cut on camera. Should we do it again? Yes. Oh, and I forgot that I have to put glue on it. Like, yeah, we're doing it again. That's what I don't like to cut on camera, people. That's why. All right, so I have a piece here. I'm just gonna go quickly. This was for my next card, but now it's gonna be for this card. That's the other thing I forgot to tell you. And let's see if I have still of this blue. That's my last sheet of the blue. blue cover. No, cloud cover. I said 4 and an eighth by 5 and 3/8. That was my favorite side of the DSP, and now I don't have any left. I'll have to buy more. I haven't used all the other colors. I hate when I like a color more than the others, because then you always end up with the ones that you don't like so much. Okay, let's try this again. I'm sorry, but it's just, as I said, I can't see here well. I don't have enough room. And you have to put glue in the middle, because this way you'll have this piece glued already, which you need. So glue all over, okay? I'm gonna use this side, since there seems to be a little fuss in the thingy there. All right. So yeah, I hate die cutting on, because I can see it perfectly fine here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of washi tape, that not the pretty one, the washi tape that we use for this kind of thing. I mean, I don't like this colorful one that came with something, and it's perfect for holding your dies in place when you're die cutting, which I don't need to do usually when I'm on my big table. Uh, is this what I wanted? It's still crooked, you see? Thank God I checked. Okay. Hi, Julia. Yeah, the washi tape is fun. Let's try this again. I don't have room to put my sandwich. Okay, and we're going back just to make sure that it's all cut, because we cut in 2 layers, as I said before. And let's see if I'm satisfied now with the result or not. All right. I think it's fine now. Yeah, just be careful. Sometimes the washi tape is a little bit more adhesive than you want. All right. Oh, this is not properly adhered on the side. I didn't put enough glue. We can sort that out. And of course, the washi tape would repeat. Okay, you end up with this piece that was already cardstock and washi tape, and I feel there's a little bit of glue there that I would like better distribute, but anyway, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here in this side that was coming apart, and now it's not coming apart, so maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe because I was pulling with my washi tape. Yeah, no, maybe got that here. Let's do that. Let's just make sure that whatever glue is still left out there works. All right, so where were we? So we have this piece and this piece, right? And now we have to create the little mountain peaks, as I call it, for the bottom. And for that, you need a piece that is, how big is this piece? Here's, it's 4 3/4 by 4 1/4, right? Yes. And we're gonna score it. The 4 1/4 is because it's gonna go like this. And Claire was saying that people can do it with just one mountain peak, but then sometimes it's just like funny how it doesn't open so much, and it doesn't hang up properly. So she did it with more. So, and I follow her. So, and I like how mine hangs, even though you can still see the bottom. And now these get scored at what is it? Score a 5/8. Okay, 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. Yeah, I don't know why we saw it. Oh, because this is the gluing part. I know. And you're scoring on the 4 3/4 side. Eh? So 5/8, 1 1/2. Two and 3/8. 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm very bad with the 8 and the 16, so I'm counting one by one. 3 1/4. That I know. And 4 1/8. 3 1/4, 4 1/8. 4 1/8. Yeah. Nope. We want to score it. Okay, I should just like open it up. Just do 4 1/8 and then close it back again. All right, so you end up with this. And now, to follow this part is gonna go up. That's what's gonna get glued to the card base. And this is gonna go up, also glued to the card base. And then it's just like a matter of like doing the accordion. So the last two pieces, not the last two, but the pieces on the side. Yeah, it's like something I did that is not exactly right, but it's okay. It works. And it's gonna go like this, because this goes flat against your card base and this goes flat against your card base. Okay, so let's make sure that it's very, very, very well. And honestly, I did something, as you can see, something is not exactly, but that happens. I mean, I can fix it or try to. Yeah, this looks fine like this. Oh no, I think it's just the extreme piece. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. All right, so let's get our card base now. The not crooked one. This, I don't know why there's. Oh, don't know where that came from, because I didn't mark anything with paper with it. So now we're gonna adhere this here on this. Actually, let's do the back first. We're gonna put glue here and just put it flush against our card base, on the bottom of our card base. Just, I'm putting quite a bit because this is gonna be action in it. So I'm just gonna line it up. I'm trying to, let me see if I can do it from here. That doesn't come on the side. And before it dries, I wanna make sure that it aligns, because if it doesn't align, it's not gonna open. Well, it's not gonna stand so well. Will still stand, but you know, I think that's good. All right. And before we glue this part, now is the time to put this piece covering the part that we just put there, okay? And I want to show my flowers now. This doesn't need that much glue. It's just gonna be the bottom. Don't want to see the mark of the blade on my paper. And I see there's a little bit coming out here that I'm just gonna use my snips to trim, because that means that probably I cut it more than 4 1/4 or a smidge more. And it's not even worth it, I don't think. No, it's fine. All right. So, moving on. Oh, before we do that, let me see if I can have to do the other one. See, now we don't see that here, which is great because that's how we want it. Actually, yes, we can glue it. I think I can handle it. We put the glue on this bottom part. And then we're going to close it. This DSP is very pretty, right? I usually don't get the in color DSP, but this time it was so pretty that I said, like, yeah, I can use it. So this is how it's going to be when it's closed. It's always going to have a little bit of movement. Here's the piece that I don't like stacking up. Yeah, because this doesn't look pretty. Let's see if I can. That's my fault. It's not that it's not glued properly. So I think I cut a little bit more than a 4 1/4. And I think I have to cut it. But there's so many layers. I'm going to have to cut it layer by layer. Thankfully, your snips are great. There. There. Perfect. All right. Now I can breathe because I don't like this kind of thing. All right. So now we need this piece will go here. And then we need the piece that goes behind it. And that's just a 1.5 by 2. Did I cut it? I pre-cut it. Yes, I did. Look at me. I even scored it. So it's a 1.5 by 2, and it's scored at 3/4, right? So one is gonna go like this. There. It doesn't have to be super flush, because that's just a hanging card. I've just put it just a smidge underneath because I don't want it to be seen. And then we're gonna put glue here also. Now we're gonna put it in place. Just hold it for a little bit. And that's your hanging card. I don't know why it wants to come to the front, but it should be hanging. All right, let's see. Yeah, it hangs. It just, I don't know, it's just the fold of it or whatever. It's like it's adhesive. I don't understand. Okay, we're gonna actually crease that mechanism that we put here, so it doesn't come. There we go. See, kind of. It's just like the shape of it. But anyway, that's how it goes. All right, maybe I should have put it further down. No, it was like this. Oh no. Anyway, well, you see how it hangs out like it's like a bell. All right. Oh, there we go. There, I didn't have it properly open. See, there we go. Can you see the action? And then when you close it, it's gonna go like this, right? To mail. Pretty cool. Now you have to do is decorate this. And how I decorated my other one, I like very much. So I'm gonna do the same with the purple washi thingy tapes. So I have a teapot from Country Flowers, the dies, and that's a teapot. I'm gonna actually put a lot of Ring of Stella and let it dry first, because the other day I had trouble gluing my flowers because there was so much Wink of Stella. Can you see me doing the Wink of Stella thingy? I mean, I'm sure, just to give a little bit of extra. All right. So much Wink of Stella. All right, because I put extra alcohol in it because it was drying. So well, there was still a lot of Stella, Wink of Stella inside, a lot of glitter. So anyway, meanwhile, we can do our happy birthday here. And I think I'm gonna do, I don't know, my happy birthday that I had. Now that the card is smaller, the inside card, see, this is too big. But we could do this. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna do it with Secrecy, just because I want it to be seen. And cloud cover, if when you do it color in color, it's very nice. I did it here, but it's very light, right? I mean, we can actually use these too, but no, I wanna do it. This is from Unbounded Love. And because I have several layers here, I think I don't need my mat. I think. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yay. My teapot was cut also from Secrecy, so it's gonna go very well. Ooh. It's now, because this card is very small, I'm gonna have to be very careful with it. Maybe I have to cut a little bit. Oh, I didn't think of it. See? It's always something, right? Nobody could tell that I cut a little piece of this. And I think now it will be okay. I have to be very sure that I center it. Maybe the spout needs to be cut a little bit too. That's the beauty of it not being stamped, because otherwise you could tell. All right, so yes, we saved it. It's still a little wet, but we can choose the flowers meanwhile. It's a great DSP, I agree with you guys. So I had something like that going on the bottom, and then I had my yellow flowers that I don't know where they come from. And then I had my roses, which I don't know if we have them in. Do we have the roses in pink, or the roses only come in rosy? Huh. I don't know. We can actually check it here. Where are my roses? Yes, these are the roses that they're pinkish. So these are it. Then I have my big rose, oops, for the front. All right, let's see if I can speed this up. It's still wet, I can see it. I wonder if I can just blot it with a little napkin that I happen to have here. Ah. All right, so let's start putting things. Maybe what I need to do is put this first in dimensionals, on dimensional, sorry. With dimensional, I mean. Do we have any pieces left here? Yeah, the last piece. Yay. So this can go to the garbage. All right. There. Looks like a face. A not very happy face, a Halloweeny face. All right. Just making sure that it's not gonna interfere with the action here. It's a little bit too low. I'm covering the H. Ugh. Okay. It's very hard to see. All right. Now it's crooked, is it? Well, anyway, it is. You think it's like, oh, you can barely see, but it would bother me so much that I'm gonna lift it up yet again. And I'm gonna put it not crooked. There. Now, yes. Okay. So we said this one here. Oh, yeah. Come on. There. Just gonna put just a little bit. Now this, my teapot is higher because my happy birthday was higher. So I'm not gonna be able to make the design exactly like I have it here because I don't want it to go over floating there. Then the most important part is this rose. That's gonna go like this. Make sure that everything is inside your frame. Otherwise, you're gonna have issues when this opens and closes. So I'm just gonna put the glue there. Just something from here. The little flowers we said. Ah, these were in dimensionals. Okay. I can still put the dimensional there. A mini. I'll put two actually. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but since it worked, might as well, right? Then this one back here, and I don't have room because I put dimensionals in the other one. Leave the dimensional, put it right underneath. There we go. And you'll see there's a little bit of a wrinkle there, but it's okay. I'm gonna put something on top of it. And now I'm gonna put a little bit of glue just to secure it there. And I'm just gonna put this one here on dimensional. There. It covers the wrinkle. distracts from the wrinkle. And a big one here. That's cute, isn't it? And then we have the side piece for the corner here. You are totally good, totally right, Teresa. That would be a great one for this card design. Oh, and it wouldn't be my life if there wasn't the fire department coming behind me, right? Yes, any kind of die that has a nice window. Not, oh, this moved. There we go. Oh, thankfully, it's still not dry, so I can move it. There we go. So here it is with the action. Now you can close it and you don't have to, like that's better than what I did here. Let's put a couple of blingy thingies on it. And we're gonna do, where are my pink color dots probably? If I can find them. All right. How about this? This will be, nah, too much. Too much. I have the ink color dots here somewhere. There we go. We can do either the cloud cover or the dark ones. I think the dark ones because I haven't used them. Secret Sea. So let's do that. Let's do a big one here. And then a small one here. A medium one there. They're so pretty. They have this shine that they catch all the colors around them. So I think they're gorgeous. All right, so that's card number 2, and of course, the message will be put on the back. So if you want to put something little on the back here for your message, you could do that too. Okay, isn't it cute? I love this. What is it not standing? Oh, here. All right, here's how it's standing, and it has like the little bell action, as I call it. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway. All right, so on to the last card, and that's my garden card. Thank you. Yeah, I like to learn new fun flows because you always try to go to the same. Like I have my comfort zone ones. Of course, I have to cut paper because I use the paper for this card on the other one. And the last one is where is my sample? Here we go. That's my sample. I think it was very nice. I love it. And it uses a lot of the flowers. So let's do that. I mean, maybe I shouldn't cut anything else, but you probably want to see me doing the washi tape since it's the washi tape thing. So let's do that. It is a great fun for. So the first thing we need is we need a piece of, actually I can use the other side of this. Let's see if we can be frugal. My advice is don't push too much. It's hard to open. If you open a couple of times, it's better, because if you push too much, then you end up with wrinkles. So just put it on a piece of cardstock. I haven't tried it in color cardstock, but if it's a light cardstock, it may not be a bad idea either. So if you get wrinkles, lift up again, and with your bond folder, just burnish it like so. And you'll learn after a couple of tries that this is where the design ends, right? So I'm going to cut it right there. Being very mindful of not to cut the next flowers because I want to use them all. There. If there's air, you can flatten it with this. If it makes a wrinkle and you see it, lift it. But the thing is that this paper, this washi tape has a little bit of a give. So if you pull too much, it's not gonna be straight, so it would always leave a wrinkle. But if you're careful, look, I got a pretty good impression here. Aren't they gorgeous? I so love them. So love them. Ugh. I'm trying to lift the big cut and the board machine with my shoulder where I had the surgery. I mean, I can do it. It's not like, but I don't want to injure it again. So now we're gonna line this up. Let me see if I can show, but not much. Line this up because I don't want to mess it up because this is good. All right. I think I got it. I'm gonna have to move this to put the. Now it moved. Uh-huh. All right. All right. So this is what we get. Leave this and look at that. Isn't it great? I love that you get all these pieces just with one. Look at this. Just with one cut. Passing it once to the cut and emboss machine. And here we have more purple flowers for our garden. Anyway, so that's how I did it. I don't know if there's other ways to cut it. I haven't figured it out yet. I was a little flabbergasted. It's like, how do you use the washi tape again? But anyway, once you have the die, I'm like, oh, that's easy. For a second, I thought that you should just die cut this and then just like the pieces would be adhesive, but it would be a mess. There probably is a way, but this is how I did it. So now we're gonna need another piece of white cardstock, cut in half on the long side. So 11 by 4 1/4, right? So 11 by 4 1/4. And we're gonna cut it at, score it, sorry, at 5 1/2. Oh, I have too many things on the table. We're gonna fold it like this. It doesn't matter this time so much because we're gonna cut part of it. So we're gonna cut this at 2 3/4, which it will be half, right? So that's, okay, you save this. Part of it you can use for the fence, which we're gonna do now, but I already had the parts pre-cut this time. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise, but I want this like that. And then we get a piece that is 2 1/8 by, oh, this is a little bigger. A little bigger. Yeah, I don't know. Should be half. But we're gonna have to adjust this. Because it needs to be 2 1/8. No, 2 3/4, sorry. 2 3/4. Looks like it is, but maybe cut a smidge like that. By 4 1/4. Because this is gonna be your sky. It's the same paper I was using before, the 2025-2027 DSP. But I want this side because I want it to mimic the sky, and that's why we'll use cloud cover. All right, now it's fine. So that's our piece, and then we need for the fence, and you can use the piece that you took here because you need 3 pieces that are 4 1/4, and this is a 1/2 inch. 3 pieces of 4 1/4 by a half, and then you need another 3 pieces that are 3 1/2 by half. Okay, and this is for our label or yeah, label. Okay, the first one we're gonna put right here. Do we put this? We put first the long ones, the short ones. And you see how I made the little fence peak here? I actually did it the reverse tail. So I went to the middle, put a little mark there, and then from my mark, I went to the side. And then for this side, I just calculated more or less. I mean, it's a handmade fence, right? So there. And then we have our little peak. And we want to do that for all of them. The short ones, remember, the 3 1/2. Yeah, I'm glad you like it, Deborah. I've always wanted to do one of these fence cards, but I never got to it. And I thought, what perfect occasion. And I don't care that they're not exactly the same, as I said. When you do the tails, it's not exactly the same either. So just a tiny little smudge there. Tiny little car, and then I just put it on the same there. All right. Let's clear this up. And here it's like if you're very, very anal, you're gonna be wanting to measure where you want your stuff and where you don't want it and whatever, right? But I like to wing things. So I'm just thinking it's gonna be something like that. Maybe a little closer to the sides. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right here on the top where we cut the top of the fence, the picket fence. And then I'm aligning it with the bottom of the card here. And like this. So because I want this like that, the same kind of distance, I'm moving it a little bit farther in. I'm gonna put my other one first, not the center one, but like the one on the right now. Mm, align it. In this way, I can put the center on the center. And as I said, if it's not super center, it doesn't matter. Picket fences are not always perfect, especially if they're made by hand. Want it a little bit further there. All right. I think that's good enough, right? And now we have the long part. The long parts. The long parts have to go side by side to side. I mean, right to the end, flush with your card. So what you do, you just put. And my first one, I want to cover the transition between the sky and that. So I'm gonna put it not quite in the middle of that part. I better like when I go up and I say yes like that. Yes, like that. And if you put it exactly flush to the card, it should be pretty straight. Right? So that's the first one. And you can do the same. You can do the bottom first and then see where the middle goes. And that's what I'm going to do actually. So I'm just going to put it, I don't want it right on the bottom, but I want, some distance between. So when I lift it, has the bottom of the, I could have centered that better, but that's okay. As I said, not perfect. I'm aiming for not perfect, and I'm accomplishing it. And this one on the center. That's right. Oops, I moved a little bit. I felt something move. I don't know what. Which one was the one moving? All right, so like that. And it doesn't really matter as well, because now we're going to cover it all in flowers. So, right? So let's start like now. You can just decorate as you want. I wanted this like here because I like this long kind of eucalyptusy looking thingy. I'm not going for a realistic garden here. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Just be careful where you put the glue because you don't want it to glue to the bottom. So just be careful you don't put glue on these sides. And I'm going to put that side one on this side as well. This one. And maybe the way is to put the glue here. So I don't go over. There. And then we have some of these little ones here. This one I can put the glue because it has the bottom like that. And just double check that there's no glue, because if there is, you can always take it out when it's still wet, right? Okay, so we have something like that I'm gonna put in dimensionals. I'm doing my greens first, and then I'm gonna put my flowers. Then we have the roses that come from back here. Just gonna put those flat. Oh, a lot of glue came out. That's okay. And then we have these that we can put here in dimensionals, because it looks like it continues with this branch here. So that's what I like, that one. maybe a big dimensional, couple of them. I should have checked where I'm putting them because, yeah, here it has to go here. Maybe I needed an, oops. No, I want it more to the side. There. And I'm gonna put a little dimensional in this corner. This one here, behind this one. There. I had this over here. We can do that. Tuck there. And we're gonna do this branch now. This is too much. This is too big for this. But we have that one. Like so. In dimensional. Oops. And then it needs a little one here. Here. Trying to go fast. Because it's already 10:30. Why? I always think that I'm gonna be faster and then I'm never faster. I really want to strive for doing it a little faster, but let's see how this is looking in the back. Something's getting stuck, you see? That's why you have to check. Okay, this dimensional cannot go in there. It has to go further up. So, there we won't see it. Perfect. Oh, there's a one here, but it didn't catch it. Well, you know what? I can cut this one. You can do that too. There. So, I mean, it wasn't getting stuck or anything, but might as well. And then I put a couple of loose flowers. One over here, mini dimensional. On the side of the fence. And a tiny one. Let's see, where's a tiny one? Right here on another mini dimensional. Oh, I got like 3 of them. Down there. And I think that's pretty flowery already, right? We could put something here if you want, but I think it's gonna be overkill. Yeah, I don't like the 3 on the right, and then, yeah. Maybe here. Yeah, I like it there. So just gonna put a little bit of glue in there. And a little bit of glue in there. There. Here's my flowery garden, and now all we need is some butterflies. Actually, let's do the label first. The label is gonna say happy birthday. And I'm gonna try to do it in cloud cover with my little stamping spot. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I think it came out nice. I like it. I was very pleased with it. Let's see. Please work. That's pretty good, right? So that's a way to use cloud cover even if we don't have the big ink pad. So let's do the butterflies now, because I'm going to put one big one here. Oh, here. And then I'll put two fluttering by in my little garden. One around there. And one around there. All right. Now all we need to do is put, all right, or sentiment in dimensionals. And I was thinking, should I put ribbon, not ribbon, but I decided against the ribbon because I think it's full enough as it is. Thank you, Deborah. I'm so happy you like them. It's just like the washi tape makes it. And you see how easy it is to get all these pieces with just one way in the, one go in the cut and emboss machine. All right, so let's recap. Beside that, my mistake of with the window there, the crooked window. But anyway, we have the little garden, flower garden. Then we have our first graduation card with the pop-up action there. And by the way, I'm going to have to put something in the inside. I mean, I don't have to. I could write here. But, I always like to put the white inside. Not for this one. By the way, this one, when you're writing, think that you may see your writing in the middle of this hole. See, if that bothers you, just write only on the right here. Okay. I think it's cleaner that way. Or you can actually just write behind the fence only, but that's more complicated. All right, so we have that, and then we have our bell floating thingy here, which I had done in pink as well. Sorry, strawberry slush. But I actually like this better. I like these colors. I like cool colors. But anyway, there's a lot of variation, right? Well, I'm glad you like the cards. I hope that I inspire you to use and get, if you haven't got it, the washi tape. I love it. I'm thinking I may need to get another one just in case before it sells out or anything. But yeah, it's a great thing. And the fact that the one die cuts the whole thing, that's a game changer for me, because you don't want to be like doing like three. Imagine how many, if you had like just like the leaves dies that you had to do one by one all the time. No, this is like this is perfect solution for me. Anyway, thank you so much. Next week, I'm going to change my time. It will depend on when I get my paper pumpkin because I'm going to be traveling and I'm not going to be here on Sunday. So I'm thinking maybe I'll come live either Thursday or Friday. If I get my paper pumpkin, we'll do some alternatives before my trip. And then on the 1st of June, I won't be here either. So, but I'll post that. That I'm gonna have to cancel that live. I will skip 1 week, and we'll resume on the 4, 5, 6, the 8th of June. Okay, Can you believe it's June already? Crazy. Anyway, I was thinking also that it's like Memorial Day weekend, so many people are out and doing things. So it's like better to do it earlier in the week. Oh, and I said that I would do a raffle, but it's only 4 of you left, but I'll still do it because we hit 6. So how about I think a number between 1 and 15, and the first one who says which number it is, and I'm going to write it in a paper so you don't think that I'm cheating, will get something. in the mail. Thank you. No, I'll post information, Deborah. So I'll post it a few days before I go live, and once I get my schedule clear up. No, it's not 14. It's not 12. 9. Yes, Teresa, is 9. 9. 9. So Teresa, would you be, I mean, do you have a cloud? I can send you a cloud cover ink spot if you don't have it, but if you have one, I'll send you a pack of embellishments. You choose. I'll let you choose. Teresa already won, people. I know that there's a delay, but yeah, number was 9 and Teresa was the first to say it. So just let me know, Teresa. Doesn't have to be now. If you're interested in a cloud cover ink spot, or if you prefer a pack of embellishments. All right. I hope to send it before this week, but if not, it will have to be when I come back. All right. Thank you again for your kind support. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.